are unable actually to clarify and clearly focus on the performance measurement or evaluation, but they are talk about the everything in one article. Maybe talk about the performance, talk about performance evaluation, talk about performance initiative, talk about the performance measurement, talk about indicators, and so on and so forth. And I hope by we complete this topic, you are able to understand what actually we need to focus and we need to understand about the performance measurement and performance evaluation. But of course, in order to understand these two, we also need to understand the performance itself. Okay, so let we look on the slide that I have been prepared, and then I hope you can open for yourself for us to look together. Okay, in the last meeting, we already cover the public sector performance measurement and evaluation around the world. So which is we start with the performance and also I provide to you the definition of that several important term. Okay, so let we look on what will happen in Malaysia. And then we look on the initiative by the Malaysian government related with the not just performance measurement actually, but as I said that the initiative related with the performance, and then initiative related with the performance, I'll divided into three. So means that the initiative related with the performance itself, the government have taken several initiatives in order to what we say in order to improve the performance. And then among the initiative, it includes the emphasis on the several concept, culture, values, quality, program, and so on. That is, we talk about the initiative related with the performance. And second, initiative related with the performance measurement and performance evaluation. So I divided into three. So we look on this matter, some of the program or initiative that have been taken by the Malaysian government related with these three aspects: the performance, performance measurement, and performance evaluation. Okay, so among the initiative or for all these three, I have listed here on the first two, which is the adoption of the NPM and also the TQM philosophy. There is among the major initiative related with the performance, and then related with the evaluation. The government have taken the benchmarking policy, which is inside the benchmarking policy. We have several program and also initiatives such as the 5 type of benchmarking, the star rating, the public sector quality award. So all this matter is related with the benchmarking. And the other two are related with the performance measurement, which is the government taken initiative on the adoption of the KPI, key performance indicator, and then also the NKRA. Okay, so that is the initiative. And now shall we look on each of the initiative related with that. Okay, so this is the adoption of the NPM. So NPM, so new public management. So which is under the new public management concept. That is that concept, NPM concept, actually recognize and emphasis on the accountability. Means that previously, before the NPM be introduced, the government become like the owner, So the people looking at the government as the owner. So therefore, the people looking the government in different views. But once the NPM concept being introduced and adopted by the public sector, so it changed that direction, which is the real owner, actually the people, and the government is only the steward. So means that the government are responsible and accountable to provide the service. No, this is their discretion, but this is like the responsibility. Uh, so there is the culture that create from this concept. So therefore, the government need to be discharge their accountability. Need to be measured to discharge their accountability. So in simple, we can see that the government need to be performed when they are deliver their service and goods to the people. So this is the concept that being adopted um, in our country and also around the world once we are adopt the new public management concept. Okay, and then in order to realize that the concept need to be implemented through the program. So the concept, from the concept, you can understand that is the concept. NPN is a concept, not the implementation, the reality. The implementation need to be realized through the program. And in order to realize the concept of the NPM, there are two program have been um, initiated by the government. That is we call the PMI, Productive Improvement Initiative to improve the productivity. So the productivity, and also the introduction of the or adoption of the MBS program. You can see that all this matter is actually during the early 80s. During the early 80s, which is once the government adopt the MBS, the what we call the controlling officer, the officer in charge, the line managers, the supervisors, and so on, need to need to be performed, because this system requires the agency to, among others, set up their objective, and then create the program and activities, and then measure the program and activities linked with the objective. Okay, so the next initiative in 1992, the government also taken initiative to adopt the TQM philosophy. TQM philosophy. This is the philosophy. there is purposely talk about the culture. So the culture, there is focus on the customer orientation. Focus on the customer orientation means that the customer satisfaction is one of the factor that need to be taken into consideration when dealing with the um, providing the service. Not just provide service, but must be consider the customer satisfaction. This philosophy also talk about the team-based work, work in the team, because not as an individual, but as a team, and then continuous improvement. Uh, so this is all the talk about the philosophy that have been implemented through the TQM. Through the TQM. So means that the government agency need to apply the philosophy of the total quality management. So total quality management. Okay, and then the next, this is the initiative related with the evaluation, which is in 1999, the government introduced the benchmarking policy. And then you can see that during this time, so many initiatives and program have been taken. Among others is include the requirement to meet the ISO certificate of the uh, uh, standard that been practiced, international standard of the organization practice, and also include the uh, um, PSQA, which is um, that award given or recognized to those who are winning the award, which is this is the competition that need to be entered by the public sector, or public sector being who are qualified, being evaluated to give the award. And then FMAI. So also in the later stage, FMAI in 2017, 27. This is the also the evaluation of the um, compliance of the agency toward the several aspects that been evaluated by the Auditor General. And then FMAI come together with the 5-star rating, which is that the result from the FMAI been translated into the star rating. And then the Auditor General provide a 4-star, which is those who are excellent will evaluate and then given the 5-star, less excellent 4-star, and then worst is 1-star. Okay, and then uh, another initiative is by introduce a new key performance indicator for public sector in 2005, which is this is the initiative taken by the government to improve the performance through introduction of the performance measurement. That is we call the KPI, which is under the KPI, you can see that the evaluation of the performance being changed from the output to the impact or the outcome. So where the this is in line with the introduction of the MBS and also the OBB. So in the financial aspect. Okay, and then the last initiative is on the NKRA, which is NKRA are being introduced through the NTP. So the government take initiative to introduce NTP in 2011, which is the NTP program. Among others are to uh, give take another initiative on the um, performance measurement for the government as a whole. So if you talk from the other type of the measurement such as KPI more on the organization means that this is the agency based, but NKRA is represent the federal government itself. So the represent the government itself, which is the government are being assessed by the public based on the key result area. Key result area, which is the key result area represent is a sample that represent the whole government. Why? Because key result area are emphasis on the key aspect that relate with the uh, um, day-to-day life of the people. For example, relate with the area of the safety or security, relate with the people satisfaction, for example, on the transport and also on the social, on the education. So there is why um, NKRA is a comprehensive initiative that want to measure the um, performance of the government as a whole. Uh, the government as a whole. Okay, so there is a model initiative have been taken by the Malaysian government, and now we look on the um, performance measurement method that being implemented in Malaysia. So, and then you see that, wait, it is redundant with the previous section. No, actually, uh, it may have the same thing, but this is we focus on the performance measurement, how they are work, how they are implement, what are their concept, and then what are the purpose. In the previous that I already delivered to you before, this is we talk about the initiative that been taken by the government related with the performance, related with the performance measurement, related with the performance evaluation. So therefore, we are include the culture, the values, the program, the activities, and so on, because actually the performance not just influenced by the method we are measured, but a performance itself are influenced by so many factors, by so many factors, by the culture, by the values, uh, by the environment, and so on. There is the initiative that been taken by the government in order to improve their performance. Okay, so now this section we look on the what have been adopted by the government related with the performance measurement and evaluation for the public sector. And then based on the literature that I have been uh, go through and then search for, I have classified the uh, performance measurement that adopt in Malaysia into four performance measurement. Uh, Three is KPI, audit star rating, and KRA. And then you see that, so the question is, which one is being practiced? Okay, please do not confuse if you have the question like that. As we discussed in the previous meeting, in the last meeting on Monday, as I said that uh, in the performance of the public sector, it is very very difficult because we don't have one uh, indicator or one method or one measurement that able to capture all because why? Because the nature of the public sector itself. So this is why we are discuss the nature of the public sector in the first meeting. You refer back to our first topic. We talk about the nature of public sector. They have so many. They are very varies, and then it is a little bit blur, not so clear, and so on. So therefore, due to that matters, uh, um, we are required to get the more measurement that through the various measurement we can able to measure the more comprehensive performance. So therefore, we are adopt concurrently. So, and then the next question is why we need to adopt concurrently? Because the performance measurement depend on the purpose of the performance being conduct. For what for? I give a simple example. Let we take on the uh, you as a student or I'm as a lecturer. So if we want to uh, 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 know the performance of the student, and then the term performance itself provides so many definition and angle. As I give example last time, if we want to know your academic performance, so we need to measure the academic performance because we have the indicator on the academic performance, and then the academic performance normally indicate through the CGPA. Through the CGPA, that is your academic performance. So therefore, we can say that our performance of the UUM student is very good just based on the CGPA. This is only represent the academic performance only, but still have so many witnesses. Some people argue that the academic performance measured through CGPA is really associated with the level of knowledge. Is it really associated with the level of knowledge? Which is so many people disagree with there because when we do ask the per student who are getting the foreplat, for example, on the very basic question, she or he still unable to explain well as compared to those who are just get a very moderate result, but he and she are able to explain and describe well. So there is one part on the just the academic performance, but is it academic performance solely is able to represent the student performance? I don't think so because beside that, we as a human, we need to look from so many things. For example, non-academic performance like the ability to become the leaders because student is the resources that is purposely to become a new future leaders for our country, to become the future resources for our economy. So um, get the academic performance is not enough to capture that matters. So therefore, we also need to measure the non academic performance of the student. So we at the same time means that at the same time we have a two different type of measurement. Because why? Because the purpose of the measurement is different. So one is on the academic performance that is measured through the CGPA, and another is non-academic performance measured through several measurement. For example, the holding the post for the association, for example, contributing to the society, leaders in several program and activities. That is among the uh, aspect that been captured through this measurement. So back here, same as this, um, uh, if we look from the these four, I will deliver later in more detail. And then we also have another one. This is that we call the BSc. BSc, this is the voluntary. While the first four that I have been listed is this is a compulsory. Compulsory means that it need to be adopt and practice um, by the agency who are responsible on. And then on the performance evaluation, we have three here: QMS, quality management system, benchmarking, and public sector quality. So let we look on detail on this matter. Okay, on the first one, this is the three is. Three is short form. Please do not use three is. But this is a short form of the model or the measurement that based on the economy, efficiency, and effectiveness method. So this method of the performance measurement are based on the three indicators, namely economy, efficiency, and effectiveness. So therefore, it's well known or most popular with the name of the three is. Okay, so let we look on the what are the objective of the three is being measured. Because as I said that the measurement are to capture the purpose of the measurement be met. Like I give you example, CGPA is purpose to measure the academic performance only. That is the academic performance, not measure the knowledge captured by the student. Not knowledge captured by the student, but some people who associate CGPA with the knowledge, they may, but still subject to the major debatable on that matters, because so many people and scholars, expert disagree with that. Okay, so the purpose of the three is method being conduct is to measure the performance of budget spending. Performance of budget spending. This is the key word here. So the E3 is the measurement method that purposely to measure the budget spending performance. So budget spending performance. So therefore, this method are being used by the NAD. not used by the organization, not used by the public agency, but used by the NAD. NAD evaluate, because NAD are given the power to evaluate or to examine the performance of the spending agency related with the budget that allocate to them in order to cover their activities and program in achieving their objective. So there is the three is. So therefore, three is being adopted together. So in the every year we can say that, oh, this year we adopt 3Es, next year KPIs. This. No, we are used concurrently, but for a different purpose. Because the purpose of the measurement being used is to achieve the objective of the measurement being made. Okay, and then if you can see this indicator, they are looking on the resources, process, and output. Resources, process, and output as their main indicator. So what are economy, effective, efficiency? So you can read, but I am a summary. This is the characteristic of the 3E, which is the aim of the 3E being conduct is to deliver the achievement of the organization. So achievement being met through measure of the three main indicator, namely input, process, and output. So input, process, and output, actually this is the operational or short-term objective of the organization. And then this is a qualitative, nature, not qualitative, sorry, this is the not qualitative, but quantitative. So this is the quantitative. We are quantifying because we are translate into the quantitative. So, and then what are the purpose of the 3 is being conduct to ensure or to determine the value for money spending allocation. Why we need to value for money? This is, I say that, related with the NPM concept, which is in the NPM concept is we are adopt the we are emphasis on the accountability. So if you just spend without looking on the value for money, because as we know, public sector agency, they get their resources not through their activity, but they are allocate. Allocate ni macam derma lah kalau kita kata. Macam you dapat duit secara derma, duit yang mudah, easy money. So as compared to you get the money income from your work, you are more appreciate because you are associated with the effect. This is like private sector. Private sector need to operate to enable they can survive. But the government agency, survival is not their main thing because they are established and then they are guaranteed to get the allocation every year. So therefore, this is important to stress that even you get a very simple money, very wide way we are provide to you, but as part of your responsibility, you need to spend that money allocated to you based on the value for money. When you make a decision, please make being based on the economy, based on the efficient, based on the effectiveness. That is the values or the concept that need to have. So therefore, this is come under the concept of the NPM. Okay, and then the budget system employ for this measurement, PPSB and MBS, because PPSB, MBS, they are more focused on the output. And then this method, as I said there, this measurement be employed by the Auditor General as one of their requirement under the Section 6D of the Audit Act 1957. So therefore, the users of this are the external users, because Auditor General is the external users. Beside the external users, in terms of the NAD, beside that, this is also the top management, top executive level, and also the legislative, because the report of the National Audit Department on this area, on this matter, being delivered to the legislative. And then the theory of this measure is based on the economic approach, not stakeholders theory, but economy. And then area of the measurement is the budget spending allocation performance. Means that in simple, if you want to understand about the 3 is actually represent the result of the budget spending performance, not the whole performance of the agency, not the whole performance, but only measure just the budget spending performance. So similar to when we talk about the CGP, only represent your academic performance. So please be careful on that, when because you already understand this, I hope. Okay, second method that also compulsory, means that in a single year, there are several methods have been employed for the same organization in order to fulfill their obligation related with the performance. The second one, namely the KPI, which is the KPI, are the compulsory measurement need to employ to the government agency, starting with the year 25, which is the government mandate this measure, this method, through the guideline DAC 2005. Okay, so what are the main things for the KPI? What are the difference between KPI and 3 is? If 3 is measure the budget spending performance, the KPI is measure the delivery system. Measure the delivery system. So which is their focus is on the outcome, no output, outcome. So outcome is more toward the impact from there. So not just the output. So therefore, we can say that KPI is the focus on the strategic objective. So therefore, we say that they are this. This is the purpose of the KPI. So measure the critical success factor. So you can see that the difference between the KPI and 3 is just look at the spending performance. But KPI taken into consideration the what are the success factor. Performance being measured based on the success factor. So therefore, under KPI, they have four different factors that being taken into consideration. What are the four? This efficient and effectiveness of the process. So process not based on the input, not based on the economic, but based on the efficient and effectiveness. Second area, human resource. Third area, financial productivity. And fourth area, customer satisfaction. So meaning that this is the four main critical area that are influence the performance of the agency. And then these four are being taken to become the KPIs. But I didn't say that the number of the KPIs only four. The number of the indicator is more because this is the KPI. Under KPI, we have the indicators. It may be the efficiency and effectiveness have 10 indicators. Human resource may be 8 indicators. Financial productivity is maybe 12 indicators. Customer satisfaction may be 20 indicators. So when we total up all together, it may comprise of the 48 indicators. But because we say that this measure, namely KPI, key performance indicator, have been grouped into 4 different aspects, namely financial, human resource, efficiency and effectiveness of process, and then customer satisfaction. So therefore, assessment of the KPI look at the impact and result. Assessment, how to assess. And then this is the process there. The process, first identify key indicator and then set up performance target. This is talk about the implementation. So on the implementation, I will not touch more because the implementation is a very long process. For those who are interested, you can find out the related article, a case study on the implementation of the KPI in a certain agency. And then as simple to make it you more understand, this is the summary characteristic of the KPI. They are quantitative because we are set up the index. And then emphasis on the impact employed by the government organization management and mampu. So because this is need to be implemented by the management itself. Management set up the and they monitored by the mampu. Okay, and then objective demonstrate the organization achievement related with the critical success factor. Critical success factor ni. Okay, success factor. Critical success factor. So there is the KPI. So demonstrate the organization achievement based on critical success factor, CSF. Okay, and then this system employ for the OBB, because OBB we are extend to the outcome. So users internal and also the external, and then this is measure area overall performance of organization based on the CSF. Okay, so there is two. The number 3, audit star rating. So audit star rating, actually, this is employed by NAD, which is under the section 6A, B, and C, which is the purpose of this star rating is to rate the achievement of the agency based on the compliance. So you can see purpose of that. This is to look on the performance toward compliance. Kalau the first one, 3 is performance toward spending. Second, KPI, performance toward critical success factors, CSF, and star rating is performance toward compliance. Performance toward compliance on rules and regulation. So that is the purpose of the star rating being conduct. Either they are conduct every year or alternate year, is depend on that matters. Like for example, star rating being conduct every year for the federal government, but on the rotation basis for statutory bodies. Okay, so what are the aspects that being measured under this method? Being measured based on the 8 different areas, starting with the management control until the financial statement. So until the financial statement. So that is the audit star rating. And the number 4, NKRA. As I said, the NKRA, not for the operating agency. This is not at the level of agency. This is at the level of the country. So in the country, we have 3 different institutions: legislative, executive, and judiciary. So the NKRA are the measurement method to measure the performance of the executive for the country based on the 7 main areas that represent the whole country. So that is the NKRA. So that is the NKRA. So that 7 we call the key priority area or national key result area. National key result area, which is comprised of the crime for Ministry of Home, Department for the corruption for the Department of the Prime Minister Department, education or Ministry of Education, standard of living for the Ministry of Women, Family and Community, rural infrastructure for the Ministry of Rural Development, and urban public transport for the Ministry of Transport. So that is the 7 area. As you say, is it 7 area able to? Yes, because like you lah, I think example, we just assess you based on the final exam and then coursework. Just 2 area. Coursework maybe have 3 different kind of assessment, quiz, project, and tutorial. And then if you ask, is it enough? Yeah, because it depends on that. So the coverage able the government, because this is the decision made by the cabinet itself. Cabinet in their meeting, they are agree together with they are appoint one consultation, namely Pemandu, which is Pemandu is the main committee that look on the what we call representative of the area that been used to measure the whole country performance. Okay, and then this is the voluntary. This is the voluntary balance scorecard. Certain public sector agency, together with the mandatory, they are also implement for themselves. So normally BSC not managed and monitored by other agency, but this is for the sake of the department or agency itself. So why? So this is like yourself. If you want to more accurate your performance, you can do for yourself. So therefore, some of you maybe set the target for the early semester. So what are their expected result for the paper they have taken for this semester? What are the result for the non-academic performance for this semester? And then at the end of the semester, when they get the actual result, you can make comparison. This is also one of the way to measure your performance. You compare with the budget as compared with the actual. So this is same as that, which is you can see that the BSC in terms of the working, they have used the indicator that comprise of the financial, customer, internal process, and development and education dimension. And you can see that actually BSC is more similar on some indicators when we compare with the BSC and KPIs. Okay, so this is on the performance measurement, and this is on the performance evaluation. So on the performance evaluation, that also being adopted in Malaysia, among others, is QMS. QMS, and then QMS normally being evaluated through the certificate of quality, for example ISO. So if that organization success in getting the certificate of practice for the quality, so we consider this is the success organization. Similar to that, on the PSQA. PSQA. So this is the competition. Actually, PSQA is a competition. Competition uh, um, uh, organized by Mampu. So, which is that competition are open to all the public sector organization, but not all are qualified to enter this competition subject to the criteria. And then among the competition are um, PMQA, Chief Secretary Government Quality Award, and so on. And then detail of that you can read, which is right now the PSQA are divided into two different level, upper tier and lower tier. Okay, so this is the objective of the PSQA. You can read for yourself. And then this is some of the issue related with the performance measurement and evaluation. What should performance measurement be measured? Depend on the performance measurement itself, the purpose, and so on. So, and this is our conclusion. And some of the reference that you can find out. But before we end, I would like to ask you this matter. So this is I get it from the one article. This is actually related with the girls lah, girls, and then this is for actually for Malay. I don't think I don't know about the Chinese, the Indian, but we can ask. Based on this, I want to ask some of you. Kita tanya Nabila. Okay, Nabila. You hear me, Nabila?
Ya, saya.
Okay, Nabila, ni yang I share tadi tu, first I want to confirm with you. How do you group this performance evaluation or performance measurement?
Performance measurement.
Performance measurement. Okay, and you agree with that, Nabila? Sebab you ni bakal graduate kan? Level you kalau saya nak pergi Penang you, maknanya dalam berapa rate dia, Nabila? Macam sini, ijazah 12,000 to 15,000. That is your rate?
Saya tak tahu.
Kenapa pula tak tahu? That is yourself. Kalau saya nak pergi Penang you nanti, agak-agak saya kata, okay Nabila, saya nak Penang you, berapa hantarannya?
Saya tak tahu nak cakap.
Kenapa you kan nak jadi sekarang ni tak ada lagi, kalau tidak your rate akan jadi bawah sini kot dah. 8 to 12. Kena jadi 12 to 15. Okay, tak apalah, you tak tahu, you not decide yet. Mungkin you ada dah boyfriend, you boleh tolerate dengan dia. Okay, saya nak 2,000 saja. This is no problem. But you said that this is the measurement. How do you what is your argument that you said that this is the measurement?
Sebab based on taraf pendidikan tu.
Yelah, itu adakah itu ukuran? Nak ukur apa sebenarnya? Because kita tanya ni kalau you kata measurement, kita nak ukur apa ni?
Ukur sijil yang dia dapat.
Ukur sijil. Kalau ukur sijil, maknanya you dapat sijil ni, you spend 12,000 lah. Macam tu.
Mungkin.
Oh, jadi ukuran sijil you, nilai sijil you, ijazah 12,000. Bukan nilai wang. Ni dia tulis nilai wang hantaran. Sebab kalau you kata ni nilai sijil ni boleh dapat daripada private, boleh dapat daripada public. Dia tak mention pun this is come from the public or from the private. Kalau private 12,000 is very cheap. So nampaknya you tak faham dia punya what we have discussed this topic. Kita tanya Arisa lah pula. Kalau you Arisa, macam mana Arisa? What is your opinion? Arisa ni sebab ayah dia loaded. Arisa.
Yes, betul.
You pula macam mana Arisa? Mula-mula saya tanya you, how do you consider this? As a measurement or evaluation?
I think it's performance evaluation.
Okay, you disagree with the Nabila. Okay, kenapa you kata this is evaluation?
Sebab performance evaluation ni dia macam one-off exercise.
So ni one-off ke?
One-off.
One-off. Oh, jadi you agree dengan ni lah. So kalau saya nak pergi Penang, you 15,000 ke 12,000 je? Ataupun you nak sambung sarjana to get 20,000?
Tak tahu. Tak kisah.
Okay, so thank you both of you. But this actually, if you understand, this is not the performance measurement. Because kalau you faham tadi kita cerita performance measurement, we have some criteria. What are the purpose? What are the purpose that performance being conduct? Adakah di sini kita conduct performance nak tahu berapa kos untuk ijazah? Kita bukan cerita kos ijazah. This is one of the performance evaluation fall under benchmarking. This is the benchmark. Meaning that this is the benchmark that set up if for the man Azim ke Takif ke siapa ke yang looking for the woman. Because kalau you are single, you looking for the woman to make engage to become your partner, your wife. So you can prepare yourself. And then when you go and then try nak engage official engage with her, so bila you pergi, you need to be ready lah. Because first bila you pergi visit tu, of course your representative akan tanya, okay kalau kita jadi ni berapa dia punya hantaran dan sebagainya. So there is the evaluation which is based on the benchmarking. This is only the benchmarking, not the reality. Benchmark only. So this is a benchmark. This is the concept of the benchmark. Kita benchmark, kalau awek kita lah ataupun the potential wife kita tu ijazah sarjana qualification. Dia benchmark like this. If we get other than that, it's no problem. But this is the value that for us need to be considered in Malaysia. But as I said that not in all area. Maybe this is I think this info is related with the Kedah because in the Kedah a little bit high as compared to some place which is more cheaper. But maybe in Johor is more higher. Okay, so I think we stop here and then we are finished this topic. So the next meeting on next Monday, we will cover the last topic on issue. And then I think issue, I will focus on the 3 aspects only. And then on Thursday, next week, Thursday, so we will have the tutorial 2 presentation. So tutorial 2 presentation. Okay, so with that, thank you very much for your time. That's all.